when I was teaching full-time, I had lower elementary. And so like, kindergarten, first and second grade. So the little tiny guys, you can't really send them out when it gets much more than like 25 or 30 below zero. And so then you have to have indoor activities for them. So then I'd always put the paper out, newsprint out, and then with a little can of crayons, and then they'd all get their colors and they do their drawings. And so often you'd see, especially little girls, not just only little girls, but especially little girls, they would do that. They do these pictures, and you see them on, see all over the world. You see them. They have the same pictures. People have them on their refrigerators and their walls. And basically, what it is, it's you take like a rectangular piece of paper, and what they'll do is they'll have a little strip of green at the bottom. See, a little strip of blue at the top, and then the centerpiece will be either a flower or a tree, or it could be a house. But then if you look at it, maybe the flower has rainbows or stars in it, see? And it might have like a little leaf there, and really colorful. It could be really colorful. Then in the upper right-hand corner of the paper is the sun. The sun is there. It might have a smiling face, or it might be just, just the yellow sun. It could have rays out of it. And then then it might, usually there could be clouds in there, but sometimes they're birds, and the way they make the birds is like this. See, they're like this. And so, and maybe, like I said, a few clouds. But, and then I'd see this so often, and I wouldn't just see it only at that school, but the other places I went, all over, really I saw it all over. And so then it just began to puzzle me, It could be a whiteout blizzard, 30, 35 below zero outside. And you look around the room, and there's nothing that would inspire them to do this picture. So then I'd get down real close, I'd look at it with them, and I'd say, that's really beautiful. Just the colors and the design, it's really nice. I really like that, your picture. I'd tell them that. And then I'd ask them, I'd always ask this question. I said, where is this place? Where is this place? And I'd always get the same response, which is a nonverbal response. And they'd look at me, and they look like this, like, kind of like that, They give you that kind of a look. And later on, I figured out what that look is communicating. It says, this dummy really doesn't know, does he? That was the... they're not going to say that, and maybe they wouldn't even be able to verbalize it, but that's what you can tell. They're thinking that. Because, see, what they're really doing is they're depicting, they're making a self-portrait. That's who they are, you see. They're saying, this is me, and this is how I was created, I'm created to blossom and to bring forth beauty and to bring forth blessings and all good things that I can bring out. But then you look at the picture, you can see the requirements for that. But I need to have a foundation, something solid, that strip of green. I need to have a goal right up in there, see, I need that goal. And then you've got the sun. I need to have this light of knowledge. I need this. I require this. I need to have that warmth of love and compassion. I need that. Maybe the little birds might indicate I need to have the nice soft breeze. Nice soft breeze. Maybe the little clouds indicate I need the nice gentle rain. See? And so what they're saying is when I look at that, I can see that really the statement is complete. It's complete. They're telling us everything that they need. But so often we don't get that message as adults, as caregivers. So oftentimes we don't get that message. In this area, around this area, in the 20s and 30s, they had a catastrophic climactic shift called the Dust Bowl. There was all of this rain cycle just after they had first they had the Allotment Act, and then they had the homesteaders take up claims. And so there was a rain cycle in there. So these homesteaders most of them all deep plowed this sod that had never been turned before. And so then, and of course, there was millions of bison that were taken off. So it was a huge ecological shift. But I always think it just wasn't a freak of nature that this dust bowl hit because of the just the dramatic change, ecological change. So whatever precipitated it, it was horrible result. Like 3 years, not even a drop of rain. I interviewed people up there. Army Corps of Engineers asked me to do that, and they described it as just horrendous. You know, the dust bowl. And then after that, they put in these real strict measures to of soil erosion control. So there's many things, and of course one of the main things was all the shelter belts, you know, to protect the crops. So then I thought about that in regard to these little kids. You know, it's just like when these little kids do these pictures, they are telling us that they need assistance, like a shelter belt. Like, who's going to be a shelter belt of love for me? Who's going to be a shelter belt of compassion, of truthfulness, of trustworthiness, of continuity, constancy, dependability? Who's going to be there for me, for this? You know, because they're showing us how fragile, how vulnerable they are, you see. And so I always reflect on that. And I've got 4 kids myself, and I have 7 grandkids. So I collect those pictures. They've all done pictures like that. And I put them up, and I just remind myself of who they are. And you can see that if you saw those little kids there. Yeah. You see how shy they are? They're so shy, you know, and they can't even say their name. Brandy. You know? But they've got all this beauty just waiting to come out, see? Does that make sense?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.